My name is Kevin Cleveland.
Neal Reilly.
And we are co-chairs of this Arbor Day at this beautiful site.
I think what's important to recognize is that the Mass Arbor Association has this relationship with the trustees, and both our missions are aligned to sort of preserve these old properties and these trees so that people can enjoy them for years to come. And that's why we team up with the trustees on an every year basis to pick a site and care for the trees so they're around for generations to come.
Well, we've had like Neal said, we've had a great ongoing relationship with the trustees, and they really do basically hold a collection of some of the most beautiful trees in the area here, and we're privileged to work on them, and we couldn't be happier with the outcome that we've had today as far as the participation and the beautiful day we've had. So it's been great.
Well, it's basically the last Friday of April is Arbor Day. So what we tend to do is, as a board, we either have a big celebration like this, and because of the pandemic last year we couldn't gather, but there's usually one big area where we gather and focus our attention to. But there are also throughout Massachusetts other small Arbor Day celebrations going on all over small towns and areas and parks, and where people are donating their time in celebration of Arbor Day. So the professionals, not only the 150 you see here that are performing probably $175,000 worth of work, but all throughout Massachusetts there are other companies doing the same thing on a smaller scale. So I think our reach has been really wide this year, and it's fun to be part of it.
Hi, I'm Joanne Vieira, and I have the great pleasure of being the Director of Horticulture for the Trustees of Reservations. And we are at the Ames estate in Easton, which is a 36-acre estate, which is now a public park. It is a beautiful property that over generations of the Ames family ownership has been developed as almost an arboretum with some really fine specimen trees. And we're joined today by the Massachusetts Arborists Association and 125 volunteer arborists here to help us maintain these trees. They are spread out across the property, doing some fine pruning on these trees, fertilizing them, treating them for health issues, removing some of the hazardous trees and hazardous limbs on those trees, and really improving this wonderful living collection here at this property. We are thrilled to welcome them today, and thrilled that we'll be able to welcome many more people safely to this property to enjoy this treasure.
Arbor Day. I'm Virginia Wood, Executive Director of the Massachusetts Arborists Association, and I'm happy to welcome you all here today to our annual Arbor Day celebration. It's my pleasure now to introduce the President of the Massachusetts Arborists Association, Mr. Ray Rose. Ray?
Thank you very much, Virginia. I appreciate that. Welcome. And I welcome everybody here, and thank the trustees for giving us this awesome place to work at today. This is our 42nd annual Arbor Day celebration. So we've been doing this for quite a while, and what's better than pruning and taking away hazards and planting new trees. It's great to be here at the historic Ames estate with our member volunteers and the trustees. This event came together through the hard work of many, many people, especially our Arbor Day chairman, Neal Reilly, and Kevin Cleveland.
Good morning. Can everybody hear me, or would you rather me speak like this? No. Microphone? Thanks, Ray. Today is a great day. In fact, it's our favorite day of the year. For more than 40 years, MAA members have shown up on the last day of the last Friday in April to celebrate Arbor Day. Volunteering in professional services at public parks playgrounds, community centers, and more across the Commonwealth. The tradition continues here today. As you look around the property now, you'll see the state's leading arborists pruning, planting, and practicing the very best in plant health care. This important work will dramatically improve the vitality of these beautiful trees so that we may all enjoy them for years to come. The Ames estate is home to many historically significant trees. It is an honor to use our knowledge and our skills to help preserve these natural wonders. Are you still with me? I would like to thank everyone who has donated their time and expertise to today's Arbor Day project, especially my co-chair, Kevin Cleveland. Our member volunteers and our sponsors. We couldn't do it without you. We are also grateful to the trustees for their help in planning the celebration, especially Joanne, Vidya, Dennis, and Josh. It's been a great pleasure working with all of you. And now I'd like to introduce Jennifer Stacey, the Selectperson from the town of Easton.
Hello. Happy Arbor Day of Service. First, thank you to the Massachusetts Arborists Association, which has enabled this amazing work day, where hundreds of volunteer arborists will work on projects across the Commonwealth. Thank you also to the trustees for their stewardship of this and over 120 other amazing sites across the state. Easton is blessed with a beautiful landscape of spaces that have been conserved for generations to enjoy. This is no accident, but thanks to the thoughtful planning and meticulous care set in motion by the Ames family. The Oliver Ames estate is a tremendous asset to Easton's vibrant, historic, walkable downtown. The estate is part of the heart of this area, affording residents and visitors with an accessible place to be one with nature and history. When you first arrive at the estate, you'll notice many things. Like all trustee sites, the grounds are immaculately cared for. You will likely see all sorts of people enjoying the space, young families, friends out for a lunch stroll, a nature or history lover taking in the ponds, the house, the wooded landscape, a couple out for their daily dose of fresh air and exercise. This space has something for everyone. I hear from parents all the time that this place is special. As an accessible and free resource, it gives them the opportunity to safely enjoy nature with their families. The first weekend after my family moved to Easton, my husband and I took our young children out for a walk to explore our new neighborhood. We've been to the estate before, but this trip was special because it felt like we were being welcomed into our new neighborhood. In the true fashion of young kids, we were asked a lot of questions about the site, and we all came away from that visit knowing a little more about history and nature than when we arrived. I look back at the pictures that we took that day with a warm heart. The work of an arborist is a blend of art and science. When a space is well cared for, it is easy to overlook just how much work goes into planning and managing it. Professional tree care is of critical importance. Removing unhealthy and potentially dangerous trees nurtures the natural beauty of a space like this. Healthy spaces also have a tremendous impact on our carbon footprint. With that, we are grateful to the trustees for being such a wonderful partner to the town. And again, a huge thank you to the MAA and the volunteers that are working hard here today and across the state, ensuring that green spaces will continue to be enjoyed today, tomorrow, and well into the future. Thank you. And with that, I'd like to introduce Jocelyn, Acting President and CEO of the Trustees.
Hi everyone, it's great to see you. Can you all hear me okay? I'm actually thrilled. We were talking about how happy we are that we're talking over chainsaws and lots of noise because that means so much great work is getting done. So it's an honor for the trustees to have really what has been an ongoing partnership with MAA. Appleton Farms last year, if you head up there, is just a spectacular site this year, and we are just grateful for the collaboration and the partnership and the beauty and inspiration that you bring to these places alongside us. So thank you for your commitment to that and to the day today, which I know started early. So I think I'm looking at a few tired but excited faces. Much appreciation. With great respect for the beautiful Ames shovel that's before me, we are thrilled that 150 of you have shown up today with skills, expertise, equipment, helping us to do things that we cannot do as the trustees ourselves. And it's an extraordinary opportunity for us to learn and to really improve a landscape that is so dear to us. And as Neal said, to honor the history of the place and the story of horticulture, of arboriculture here, which has a long legacy. When the Ames family acquired and settled here in the early 19th century, started a long journey that we're thrilled to continue, a real commitment to landscape design, to views, to beautiful tree specimens, to extraordinary architecture, a real commitment, of course, not just here at this property, but around the town. We are thrilled in acquiring this property in 2012 as being the partner steward with the Ames family in carrying that legacy forward. And I hope you all feel like today you are a part of bringing these trees planted now, some of them generations ago, looking at some of these new specimens which will carry us into the future. So I want to thank Ray and Virginia and certainly Neal and Kevin for coordinating, and absolutely hats off to the trustees staff. If everyone here could raise their hand who's a trustee staff who's just worked really tirelessly, thank you. Terrific work, much appreciated. Also want to make sure to thank Select, Horticulture, Bigelow, and Weston Nurseries, as well as Matt Bote truck right here, advertising, but spectacular contributions to the tree specimen and really diversifying the collection that we have here with the trustees. I also want to introduce and acknowledge Dave Kroll here to my right. Dave, thank you. Dave has been a board member of the trustees and was really very much the steward of the property into the trustees' care, and the commitment and inspiration and really investment that Dave has made in this place and the excitement that he brings to the work such as days like today is really inspiring to the staff and to all of us. So thank you, Dave. With that, I am going to turn this over, somewhat unexpectedly, but very happy to introduce Fred Ames, who can share with us a little bit more about that legacy of the Ames family. So, Fred, let me turn it over to you.
Thank you, Jocelyn. I want to thank my mother, Elizabeth Ames. It was her idea, it was her property, it was her decision to give this, to do a mixture of donation, selling to the trustees, and she gave up a substantial amount for the benefit of Easton. She wanted to do that to continue the family tradition. And again, I've spoken longer than I said I would, but I want to thank you all for being here, and thank you all for what you've done to my old home. Thank you.
That concludes our official ceremony. Thank you all very much. We're going to have some of our trustees, friends, and people gather around this tree here, and we'll do some ceremonial photos. So if we can